Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 55 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series. Currently hanging out around Eris. And I did a little changing up inside my warp reactor room. Ooh, fancy. I put thickened glass, or clear glass from Environmental Tech all around the rooms, because, hey, clear is cool looking, because it's clear, and it looks nice. Because when we warp, neat things happen, so I'd like to be able to see that outside. Thought that would be a cool addition to the area. So we'll give that a shot. Today, I'd like to establish at least, if not a moon base, or not a base, but like, if not just a base, at least have a matter receiver at each of the other two planets for which we need to travel. So last episode, we attained Mercury and Tantalum by traveling to Mercury and Eris, respectively, the planets, or I don't know, I never even looked up what Eris is. Zirconium and cadmium is next. So zirconium comes from Mars. So it looks like we're going to be heading to the red planet. And that's what we're going to do right now. So my rocket's outside, ready to go. You can see I have pre-crafted matter receivers and power cells that are linked, so therefore they have energy in them. And it's just a matter of selecting Mars. So where would Mars be? So there's Ceres, Uranus, Mars has 2 moons. Neat. Now I'm assuming that once I land on Mars, I could swap out a satellite ship for a planet ship and then choose to travel to one of Mars's planets. That would be kind of cool. But we've got Mars. I'm going to select that as our destination. Fuel cost of 288. Let's try and track how much fuel we actually use. So 288, right, is the fuel cost right now. And we have 64 dilithium crystals in that last stack. So 286, let's warp to Mars. Wow, he did a really cool job with that particle effect thing going on there. And we are warping our way over to Mars. Currently orbiting Mars. Now, how much fuel did we use? So, 64 minus 36. So we used about half a stack of dilithium crystals to travel that destination distance. So that's not terrible. Half a stack, roughly, what was it, 286, right? So calc, 64 minus 36 is 28. And we traveled about 280, right? So it's roughly a distance of 10 per dilithium crystal. That works out. That's easy math, right? So a distance of 10 equals 1 dilithium crystal. So if we need to go 280, we need 28 crystals. Works for me. Cool. So let's go land on Mars. What do you think? Now, Mars is a planet. Will it have an atmosphere? Oh. Will it have mobs? Oh. We're going to find out, though, because we're going to jump on this bad boy, and we're going to 1, 2, 3, fuel it up. Destination Mars. See you guys in a minute. I'll tell you guys, I feel like the ancients in Stargate, where I'm like traveling to different destinations and effectively putting stargates, but they're matter receivers, on the planets so that I can travel there quickly in the future. It's kind of what I feel like right now. So atmosphere is vacuum, 0.2 atmospheric pressure, which means there's probably, because it's not breathable, I have to assume there won't be mobs on this planet. So that's kind of a good news thing. So Mercury had mobs. It's the only planet thus far that has had mobs. So we should be able to establish a base relatively easily, quote-unquote base, like that, and we're going to call this Mars. Cool. So he's powering up, which means we should be able to teleport home. Bzz. And then dial up Mars. Bzz. And we're on what could be effectively called the red planet, except it's not so red. So what do we got here? Moon turf? It's interesting. So why does Mars have moon turf? This is Mars, right? I am on Mars? Though it says moon. Oh. I have to assume this is Mars. Pretty sure this is Mars. Hope I'm on Mars. We'll find out. Hey, let's go home and get the stuff we need to mine. And I'm going to go do the thing where we figure out if we're getting the new ore types. Cool. So we're going to need you guys, and I like that to be there. Put these dudes in here, and let's dial back to Mars. And then we're going to dig down and find, hopefully, some tantalum, whatever that is. So, or no, we did zirconium. Is that what we're doing? Zirconium's on Mars. Best place to get it, right around Y level 42 Works for me. So let's go over here-ish. Jumping around. And just start digging down. I'm just going to actually get rid of this wintry hive because he's in my way. This is where I want my mining cave to be. So I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Once we get to Y level 42, which shouldn't be too far. So yeah, 42 seems like a nice place to start mining at. Looks like maybe this way will lead me into a natural cave system. Neat. This did lead into a natural cave system. Now, presumably, because there's no atmosphere here, torches are not going to be a functional thing? Yeah, not so much. Wah, wah, wah. So no torches. I need a flashlight. That's what I need at this point. Cool. Now, this rock, this tantalum stuff, doesn't really stand out super well, especially when it's kind of dark. Let's see if we've happened to pick any up thus far. 12! Zirconium. Yeah, zirconium ore. That's right. Zirconium is the ore that I'm after. So I do have some. It's exciting. I would call that enough for now. What do you guys think? A dozen? I mean, it's not a huge amount, but yeah, that should be cool. So let's... Staff of Traveling up there. So our ability to teleport to and from the appropriate destination for Mars is good. And we've confirmed that we're getting the correct ore that we're looking for, which is zirconium. So I'm going to call that a completed mission. And we're going to take off back to the space station. Better put some more fuel in this rocket. You can fuel it while it's moving. It's okay. Cool. So I'll meet you guys back at the space station, and then we're off to the last planet on our list. And not necessarily the last planet ever, though, because we might want to travel to other solar systems and stuff. All right, cool. So back at the space station, rocket has landed. Let's teleport home. Nice. And let's do this. I'm gonna probably want some more rocket fuel. So let's get ourselves some more buckets. Because I'm doing all right on rocket fuel, but a little more wouldn't hurt. Good, 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 good. 16 buckets worth. Beautiful. You've got a little bit of oxygen and hydrogen left. So that's good. Mainly I just needed more rocket fuel. So let's hit up the last destination on the list. Tantalum? Which comes from Eris? No, that's right, not the right one. That's one we already got. Cadmium. Cadmium. And that comes from Neptune. That's right, that's the one I was interested in checking out, because I don't know what that's going to look like. So let's hit up the Satellite of Love. And we are going to do some cool stuff. So let's travel to Neptune. What kind of destination travelage is that looking like? So we're going to select our planet of Neptune, whoever that would be. There's Jupiter, Earth, Uranus, Saturn. Oh, I definitely want to check out Saturn. I wonder if the rings are under. Neptune. Sweet. We have to check out, Saturn at some point, right? It's the jewel of the solar system. Hey, let's travel to Neptune. We've got our rocket. Yes. Always double check kind of stuff like that. Warping. That is cool. That is kind of neat, I have to say. So Neptune looks like a planet of some kind. There's no surprises there. Rocket, let's go. Boop, boop, boop. Destination, Neptune. I will meet you guys on the planet, and we'll see what this place looks like. So it says atmosphere is a vacuum. Interesting. Cool. Looks like we're getting there. Landing on Neptune. Well, at least there's no monsters, so that's a good thing. Nice. Sweet. Interesting way to land, but I'll take it. So these planets all look kind of the same, which is a little bit of a bummer, but Mercury definitely looked different. So I feel like there's the capacity for them to look different. I think what we'll have to do is like explore some of the planets and decide different stuff. But let's do our thing. You, Neptune. Cool. And cadmium ore can be found right around Y level 25, let's say. Cool. So just to test getting to and from this planet, you should be ready to receive on Neptune. Always test. Test all the things. Neptune, dial once. Cool. And then we'll... Oh, look at that. Wow. What is that over there? Is that some kind of... that might be a moon. One of Neptune's moons. Neat. That is spiffy. That is really cool. Alright. Digging down. What did I say for cadmium? 25-ish? Yeah, meet you guys at Y level 25. Right around Y level 25. How did I do? Any cadmium? I got 1 cadmium ore on the way down here. So that's cool. Hey, my ability to jump is diminished. Wonder if there's some way to, like, read attributes about this planet, like the gravity. Because Neptune's a pretty big planet, so it makes sense I can't jump so well. Or at least no better than Earth. And because there's no atmosphere, I think it's probably safe to say, good luck. Oh wow, that is like a really low jump. And I can't switch out for my dark armor because there's no atmosphere, but that's okay. We can manage. We'll just get a few pieces of cadmium, and then we should be in good shape. Sweet. I'm liking this. I do like that I need to travel to different planets in this mod pack. Like, in other mod packs that I've played with this mod, it was just kind of like a here's the end of the pack mod, and it's like you can travel to other planets now. And that's like kind of it, right? Like there was no like you can go to different planets for a purpose. In this mod pack, there is a reason to go to these different planets, and it is to collect ores to progress. And I like that. I think that's a really good use of the mod in making it required for progression. So I think I like that a lot. So we've gotten some cadmium. We've gotten 50 cadmium. Nice. All right, so let's take our rocket back to our space station. Wow, I fall fast. I do feel like I'm falling faster. Yeah, that's a really fall fast. Fuel it up. And back to the space station. And now we've got all 4 planets, plus the moon, plus my space station, as destinations for our matter transmitter, which is cool. All 4 planets that are required for progression, at least. There are other planets that we can visit that I might want to visit. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll have to check it out. But yeah, we're in good shape. All right, back on the satellite. Woot. We have plenty of dilithium. Like, we're actually in really good shape there. Yeah, we have tons. So we could visit other planets if we wanted to. You know, like just for the, you know, sake of it. And, you know, I don't see the need. Kind of curious what some of the other ones look like. So when I select planet, I'm kind of curious, right? So Earth, we can see, oh, there's the mass and the relative distance and atmospheric pressure. That's cool. Saturn. So Neptune has a, I guess this is the low end of atmospheric pressure? Interesting. Neat. So you can kind of see 0.68 of Earth's mass. This is 1.3 Earth's mass, but that's Earth, so I don't know. Trying to understand what these numbers mean. Is this like it doesn't really know what the size and it's giving you like a range? It's somewhere between 0.8 and 0.68? Interesting. Oh well. Yeah. And we could also travel to Alpha Centauri, by the way. I don't know if I need something that will let me go. Oh, there we go, double clicking it. Neat. Krypton, Rigel, Tatooine, Melmac. Neat. I may want to Gallifrey, huh? You don't say. I may want to visit those at some point in this series. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Should I visit? I'm thinking I probably should visit. But that's cool. Destination is currently Earth, but I don't know if I'm actually going to warp there or not. I'll leave my space station in orbit right now around this planet, Neptune, and we'll just pop back to Earth. and drop off our ores and see. So, like, I believe that that means at this stage I have completed everything I need to complete for what is effectively this age. So we can put a check mark in the completed space age, right? Nice. 4 ores on 4 different planets. But you can also go to a different solar system where every planet has all 4 ores. Cool. But in much rarer quantity, right? So we'll have fewer ores on the other planets. But, you know, you can get all 4 from the same planet. So technically I can get into the mechanical age set. So after you have zirconium, you can start mechanism, as the steel casing needs stainless steel. Mechanism has its own power system in this mod pack, joules. So you need to start with the heat generator, generate power, and then you can work towards solar, wind, bio, etc., which are all heavily tweaked. Later, you can use gas burning generator, the turbine, and the fusion reactor for more power. Key things you can achieve with mechanism are 5x ore processing and a digital miner, which is a quarry which can target blocks. Also, HDPE plastic, which is something you need later. Cool. And that's neat. And then we can get into Draconic Evolution, too. Nice. So we're actually getting towards the end of the ages, but there's still plenty to do in this pack, I think. So a steel casing is apparently what I need here, which triggers age 12, and that is crafted with stainless steel plates and titanium plates and an osmium block. Seems easy enough. Titanium plates, stainless steel plates. Stainless steel plates can be made with stainless steel ingots, and here, stainless steel ingots can be made how? We can either do an alloy smeltery of steel, chrome, and zirconium. Gets me 4. So that's a pretty quick way of going about it. Or we can arc furnace stainless steel ore, which we don't have, obviously. And then there's a powdered stainless steel or stainless steel blend. So let's do stainless. Right, so you could either get this, which is a combination of dust, zirconium, and chrome dust. So we can either crush our different ores into dust, combine them in the blend, and combine them like that. Or, which is probably the smarter way to go, would be just... And what's this option here? This is just crushing existing stainless steel ingots? Yeah. Okay. So the smart way to go probably for this would be alloy smeltery. So 2 steel, 1 chrome, 1 zirconium, right? And just to be clear, what's a good way to get zirconium going on? So we could, we get 2 of them from dropping the ore in a crusher. We can grind it in a grinder. So let's take a look at zirconium and see what our options are here. So it looks like zirconium, the one that I got almost the least of, is the one that I'm going to want the most of, at least thus far. So that's cool. So zirconium cannot go in there. Can you go in a macerator? Nope. So you can be ground up in a grinder from Tech Reborn to double it, or in a crusher from Extra Utilities to double it. We want to double it. Or a double crusher from Actually Additions can double it. I feel like I made one of those recently, didn't I? For testing something. We can also drop it into that crusher. Or we can alloy smelt it. Okay. Did I make... I feel like I made the crusher recently. You know what I put it down? There. That's what I did with it. Cool. So does that actually work? So that's an option. Or we can drop it into here. Hey, magnets. Let's get rid of those. You and you and you. And let's not forget that this is a thing that we want to take out. So both are options. And I'm going to suspect that basically we want to turn all of it into dust. There's no real use for the individual ores. And out of curiosity, I'm just figuring out how I want to process this. I'm thinking, so there's only one version of powdered zirconium, unless you call small piles, right? So I can use it to make the stainless steel blend, or I can smelt it into zirconium. Those are really your only options. And then what's this stuff used for? Much of anything? Not really. So, long story short, we want to process this like iron. Because we can use... It's the same whether we use the dust or the ingot form to function like an alloy thing. So, let's just drop this all in here. So, pretty much two options. We can either process this in this crusher guy, which I might want to set up in an automation anyway. And out of curiosity, what other ores did I pick up out there? So we have cadmium that we have to process, mercury, and tantalum. Let's just real quick refresh what we can do with these. So none of these seem to work in the sag mill. Am I right about that? So they all seem to have to be processed in the same way, which is either the crusher from Actually Additions or the crusher from here. I don't even see the mechanism crusher in here. Like, not that I know which one that is, but I don't see anything mechanism related in here. Mercury, same deal. Looks like it. Yeah. And then tantalum, same thing. So yeah, all three ores look to be processed the same way. So what I'm thinking we should do is decide, we'll probably want to do like double crusher for it. So let's do that. So a double crusher needs another crusher, which needs, so let me get a double crusher built, and maybe, we could probably just do an alloy furnace for the smelting, right? Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, so there's an advanced machine casing, which we will need for this dude. And then another crusher, looks like that. And then we can use these guys to make this, which will need another iron casing and 2 of these coils, which I have since taught you how to make. So let's cook up another one of these. Thank you, you matter. Also, are you running, guys? Oh, you're not running? You know why you're not running? That's why. I was doing these things. So you know what? Let's disable that for the time being. So you've got enough singularities in there to live. Yeah, I forgot that those are just kind of like chilling out there doing stuff. Nice. Double crusher. So double crushers are cool in that you can put them in auto split mode, and then when you put cadmium in, it'll automatically split it, and it basically works double. It's kind of annoying when you're trying to empty it, but you get the gist. And then for smelting, we can just use an alloy smelter. That's fine. Or you know what we could do? We could add this down here. You're kind of in my way, Aversion Obelisk. I could put you like here, where you would be less in my way. Cool. And we can put our double crusher like this, and we'll grab an item conduiting system and an export bus. Does that sound cool? So power, zoinks, auto split, yes. So item conduits and export bus. Nice. So what I'll do is set it to export. How's my channels over here? We've got 16 here. We've got 8 going this way. So if I connect this up, it won't have enough channels. What's going into channels over here? You've got at least 1 going that way. I should really replace all this at some point, but you've got, looks like 4 going down here. 1, 2, why do you have 4 going down there? Oh, there's 2 going that way. My channels are a mess. And no one is surprised. So let's section this off. And because I basically said I always want smart cables when I can. Give me some smart cables, please. We'll run this straight down here. So that should give me more channels to go with, right? So now we've got 4 here. And that'll be a 5th. Nice. And we'll export to these things in here. And then what we want to do is basically just have an item conduit that works just like the sag mills. So the way this works back here, and I'm doing this because I need to remember, I don't really remember how this works, is that we insert all these things, we extract on blue, we insert on blue, extract on brown, right? So basically we'd want to extract from over here on brown, and that would stick it into these guys. So if this guy was set to extract on brown, always active, what we should see is cadmium ore. We'll put it in there. These things are slow and there's no good way to speed them up, but it should be fine. And then you should see cadmium showing up somewhere in here. Nice, cadmium ingots. So that works, right? So then we just put cadmium ore in the export, and when we throw cadmium ore in here, we're now auto-processing cadmium ore. Cool? Nice. Alright, so let's also get a card, capacity card, on this dude, because you also need to do mercury, tantalum, and zirconium, which I probably don't have any more of. So zirconium ore comes from Mars. So let's go travel to Mars real quick and just get some zirconium ore. Spacesuit. Dial once. We need more zirconium. Where's my big hole? There it is. And the nice thing about this is I made sure that my, you know, appropriately, oh right, I forgot. It helps if I bring my mining equipment. You and you. Alright, let's do that again. Dial up Mars. Once. So by digging down to the Y level that's best for this, it means anytime I need to go get stuff. And like I said, we might determine that, hey, we need like stupid amounts of zirconium, right? And if that's what we determine, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up some kind of quarry or mining system in this dimension that will clear out a bunch of zirconium for me, and we'll be cool, right? Like that's kind of a high level plan that I have. I don't have a great plan, but it should work. So we should be getting zirconium here at some point. I just want one so I can, I guess I did get exactly one, so that'll work. Where'd that zirconium even come from? I would imagine that it spawns in chunks, right? That's tin. Hey, it's enough for now, right? I guess. So we can put zirconium in the export here. Good enough for me. Cool. And now you should be processing all your metals. And up here, we can deposit this dude and put these guys away. Cool? So now we should have a pretty good system for auto-processing the metals we get from different planets. Oh, by the way, between episodes, I did a new bit of wiring. That goes all the way down over to here. We needed a new... So we've used on this channel here 26 out of 32. So I wanted to run another set of cables over to here. So now we're using, on this guy, 6 of 32. Cool. And then we can extend this out in this direction or something to have more ME interfaces down here for auto crafting. But yeah, so we've got auto processing of planetary metals. So that's cool. So how about next episode? We're going to wrap up here. I might mine up a little bit. I think I'll probably mine on Mars, because clearly that's the metal that we need the most of right now. So maybe real quick, go top off my oxygen. Nice. That is cool. Get ready for a proper mining expedition, which I'll do you know, by clearing out my inventory of most things that I don't need on a mining expedition, like all this stuff. Refill this dude and get all my mining stuff ready. Cool. I think I usually like that to be the last inventory slot. You don't need it to be that way, unless you did something silly like I did. Alright, so off to Mars to mine, and we will come back next episode, and in that episode, we will get started with Mechanism. So expect a new age next episode. For now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode and the series thus far. For now, take it easy.